Oh, what's up everybody? It's me, That One Weeb here, back with part 10 for What If Naruto was from Krypton. If you guys remember, last time Itachi would be tasked with the heavy burden to kill the entire Uchiha clan, as well as Shisui, their master of the team, would die, as he had given his Sharingan to Itachi before he would go, well, the one that was left after Danzo had killed him off, pretty much. Naruto would be sleeping peacefully one night, when suddenly he would hear something with his super hearing. He would hear the sound of slicing of metal, as well as crying out in pain and blood. He would hear Itachi's heartbeat. Naruto would open up his eyes immediately as he jumps out of bed, rushing towards the Uchiha area where they live. Naruto would go running down as he heads towards the Uchiha living area. As he gets to the part of the village where the Uchiha would live, he would see blood. As he sees Itachi is just about to finish killing off the first member of the Uchiha clan. Just as he's about to stab the kunai into his own family member's heart, suddenly a blast of heat would come out of Naruto's eyes as he slams the kunai out of Itachi's hand. "Itachi! What are you doing?" Itachi would turn around with tears in his eyes, as Naruto would take a step back, seeing how hollow and empty he looks. His Mangekyo Sharingan would have been activated merely by this first instance of his rage and hatred for what he's been forced to do. As he sees Itachi's Mangekyo, he would try to place Naruto under a Genjutsu. Naruto quickly realizes what's going on, as he quickly uses his Frost Breath to create a wall between him so he can avoid Itachi's vision. Itachi is just about to finish off this member of the Uchiha clan when Naruto comes jumping over as he flies over his ice glacier. Naruto comes flying down as he smashes into Itachi, shooting him across the Uchiha village. As he and Itachi begin battling each other, Itachi swipes of a kick towards Naruto at heavy speeds. Naruto takes this kick to the face directly, as suddenly Itachi feels pain in his foot. Naruto would push his face into Itachi's foot and look at him in the eyes, asking him what is he doing. Itachi would tell him that this is none of his business and he needs to leave now. Naruto would punch Itachi as he goes flying through several buildings, flying through his own home, in fact, as Itachi would go landing at the other side of the Uchiha village. There we would see Madara Uchiha, that of the Uchiha clan, with his orange mask on. Itachi would turn around to see Madara slaughtering his fellow clan members, and Naruto wouldn't stand for this. Naruto would tell Itachi, "Itachi, I can't deal with this right now. Just sit there and do nothing. I'll take care of this guy. If I need to know what's going on here now." Itachi would say nothing as he tells Naruto to go away, or if he doesn't, he'll kill his younger brother. Naruto would turn around as Itachi mentions Hikaru. "What did he say?" Naruto would say this in a soft, gentle voice, as the red in his eyes began to look like a Sharingan, as the bright red in Naruto's eyes would cause him to go into an immense rage. Did you just threaten the last member of my entire family?" He would look at Itachi. "While you're trying to murder all of yours?" He would then pick up Itachi and throw him as hard as he can into the masked man. This masked man would turn just as he sees Itachi about to go into him, and use Kamui to evade this. Naruto would begin walking forward with heavy steps as he looks at the two of them, saying that there's no way he's going to let this atrocity stand, his fist becoming even more tightened as he grits his teeth, thinking that he might need some backup. He pushes forward as he uses his flight and his immense strength to basically teleport seemingly towards the Madara Uchiha. Madara would be shocked as he didn't see any chakra be activated inside of his body when he used this. This is just his pure physical strength, not even using any of the gates. He would slam his fist directly into Madara's body, who quickly uses Kamui to evade the attack as a burst of wind comes flying through him. Itachi and Madara are both beyond Naruto as they're using their Sharingan to hold him off. Naruto would get quite a few of the Uchiha members to actually evacuate the village before he can take them much longer. Both of them are trying to use Genjutsu on Naruto to take him out, as Naruto is holding his ground, using Frost Breath as well as his Heat Vision in order to keep them back. Naruto would punch Madara as he gets a solid hit just as he had finished doing his Kamui, sending Madara flying back into a building as he coughs blood, not feeling completely used to his Zetsu body yet. Naruto would be breathing heavier as he now feels the Nine Tails inside of him becoming more and more angered. Calm down, he would whisper to the Nine Tails as he says that he can handle this. The Nine Tails chakra begin to leak out of Naruto as he thinks, damn it, he can't handle both controlling his own power and the Nine Tails. Naruto would now have to hold himself back in order to not go into a Nine Tails state and destroy the village. Naruto would power up his body even more as he feels strength go into him, just as he begins to fly towards Itachi. As he flies into the air, Itachi looks up as he sees Naruto flying with the moon behind him. Itachi, we had so much we were going through together, and there were so many more journeys we were supposed to have. I can't believe this. What would Shisui-sensei think if he saw this happening right now? Itachi would look up at him and then he'd scream in pain that Shisui's dead. Naruto would then be shocked, thinking that Itachi said that he killed Shisui-sensei himself. Naruto would feel immense rage as the Nine Tails chakra fully overtakes him, as a tailed cloak of red energy begins to grow over Naruto. You fool! Naruto would rush towards Itachi with a spinning attack as he goes flying down, causing a barrel of wind to go towards the two Uchiha members. Madara would quickly grab Itachi as he tries to teleport out away. I don't think so. Naruto would slash with his hand faster than the eye could see, breaking the lightspeed barrier. As Naruto, fully embracing the power of the sun and activating his cells from his Kryptonian lineage, along with the Nine Tails chakra, slices off Obito or Madara's hand. Obito would scream in pain as he feels his right arm get ripped off with immense force and speed. Obito would be forced to leave Itachi behind as he disappears into the Kamui dimension to avoid any more attacks. Itachi would use this opportunity to use the Mangekyo Sharingan on Naruto in his eyes, as he quickly uses it and places Naruto into the Tsukuyomi. As then Itachi, who would be talking to Naruto in his Genjutsu, would tell Naruto everything. How Danzo had tasked this mission onto him, as the Uchiha clan was planning an uprising against the Leaf Village. And it was Itachi's mission for the Leaf Village in order to kill off his entire clan and join the Akatsuki in order to gain more information on them and protect the village from the shadows. And that he doesn't want Naruto to get dragged into this and he needs to leave now. Naruto would stand there and tell Itachi that he's not going to let his friend get pulled into the darkness, and he won't let him sacrifice himself and his memories to be alone. He then asked Itachi what he was going to do with Sasuke, how sad his younger brother would have been if he had left him. Itachi would say nothing as he looks at Naruto, telling him to leave him alone. Naruto would look up to Itachi and says that he's not going to let his friend do this path alone, and then if this must happen, then he's going with him. Itachi would look up in surprise as Naruto steals his heart. Naruto would tell Itachi, Itachi, if you really plan on going to the darkness, I won't let you go in there alone. He holds his hand out as the Tsukuyomi becomes brighter, as the two lock hands. Naruto and Itachi would both go on to separate sides of the village, as Naruto is forced to slaughter and kill half of the Uchiha clan. Sasuke would be left alive, as Naruto and Itachi couldn't bear to do that to him, especially Itachi. Naruto would tell Itachi that in order for this plan to work, Sasuke can't know that he also had helped in the hand of killing the Uchiha. Naruto would help Itachi, as he helps his best friend in the entire world, finish off his entire family for the Leaf Village. As Itachi kills his own mother and father, Naruto flies on top of the roof looking through the glass, as his younger brother Sasuke is placed into a Genjutsu by him. Naruto would step down as he and Itachi would walk away from the village together. Naruto says that there's one thing he has to do before he goes. Naruto would leave a message in his house for his younger brother Hikaru. He would lie to his younger brother Hikaru. If you hate me, become stronger and kill me yourself. Kill the Nine Tails that killed our parents. If you can, weakling. Naruto would dry the tears on his face as he leaves us beside his sleeping brother and leaves the village of Itachi. Sasuke would wake up as he screams in pain, thinking about what's going on. Itachi as well as Naruto would both leave the village together, as Naruto leaves his life behind to follow his best friend into the unknown of the void. The next morning, Sasuke would awaken to find the bodies of all of his family dead and rotting. He would be in immense pain and cry for hours and hours. Hikaru would wake up, as he would then turn over to see the note that had been left for him. His eyes would be filled with shock as he just stands there, his red hair flowing over him in complete shock and surprise at how something like this could happen. He rushes out of the village and runs towards where Sasuke, his best friend, lives. Hikaru and Sasuke would meet each other. Hikaru would rush towards Sasuke, seeing him crying in a heap of tears on the ground, pounding his fist, saying he failed. He would look up as his Sharingan were still active. Hikaru, with his red hair, would rush towards Sasuke as he grasps him in a hug and tells Sasuke, with tears in his heart as well, that they'll find them. They will get their revenge on them. And as he looks towards Sasuke, his best friend, they'll avenge his clan. Sasuke would fall into tears as both him and Hikaru would begin to fester the hatred for their older brothers, who had both killed Sasuke's entire family and abandoned the village. We see Naruto and Itachi walking along the road, as Naruto looks basically blank, with no expressions at all. He turns over and asks Itachi if it was really alright to leave Yuki alone like that. They think back to their teammate, who has no idea about what's going on, as she had probably lost both her team members and their sensei in the same night. Itachi would say that she'd get over it, as the two of them would continue walking. Eventually they would meet inside of a cave, where they would see him, Madara Uchiha, with 2 arms now, as he'd regrown his using Zetsu. As he sees Naruto Uzumaki, the holder of the 9 tails, he would then also see Itachi Uchiha. Naruto and Itachi would talk to Madara, as Naruto says that he would pledge himself to the Akatsuki, as he understands the true purpose of culling them, and that in order he had assisted in taking them out along with Itachi, and that he'll follow Itachi anywhere. Naruto would then look as Madara would see him, and sense that he has the 9 tails. Naruto would say he already knows that he's probably after the 9 tails chakra. He is willing to give away the 9 tails to the cause of the Akatsuki, as long as he's allowed to stay as a permanent member. Obito would say if Naruto can survive the extraction of the Kyuubi, then he would be welcomed into the Akatsuki for being so powerful. Naruto would lie down and say that he only has one condition, and that is the Akatsuki is to leave his younger brother alone. Obito would think about this for a second, and then, paying no mind to the thought that he might be a threat in the future, would say that's a deal, as he begins the extraction of the 9 tails along with Itachi. Naruto would feel the pain, as he asks if he would like him to knock Naruto out. Naruto would stare at him with his eyes full of the pain that he's feeling, as he says nothing, telling him to continue. Naruto would make sure to be taking in lots of sunlight, as Kryptonians gain their strength from the power of a orange or yellow sun. As Naruto continues to have the 9 tails ripped out of him, Naruto would feel it as the Kyuubi is finally extracted. Naruto passes out from the pain as he lays there for a second, feeling his life almost ending. Suddenly Naruto regenerates as the Kryptonian cells within him fully take on the power, him now having all of his chakra paths unlocked. Naruto would sit up, seemingly unaffected by the extraction. As Naruto would get up along with Itachi, the two of them would plot together in their heads about how they were going to help take down the Akatsuki for the Leaf Village. Madara would be very careful about extracting information, as well as saying anything to Naruto or Itachi. For the next 3 years, Naruto and Itachi would continue to go on jobs together as the Akatsuki team, with Kisame not being taken into the picture. Naruto and Itachi are both sitting on top of the heads of the Hokage of the Leaf Village, as they had gone back to go and check on their younger siblings. Naruto would see his younger brother Hikaru walking home with his red hair flowing behind him, looking as though he's even gotten taller since the last time he'd seen him 3 years ago. Sasuke was walking next to him as the two of them began to head towards the training fields. Naruto would ask Itachi when their next assignment is, as Itachi would pull out his Raven Crow, which had kept the information for him. He said their next target would be in the Mist Village. They're supposed to assassinate one of the 7 deadly swordsmen of the Mist, Kisame, as he had become too large of a threat to them, as with the power of Samahara that can extract chakra, it puts him on the level of a tailed beast almost. Naruto would nod as he and Itachi would leave. The story now, from here, will take place from the perspectives of our 2 main protagonists, which are Sasuke Uchiha and Hikaru Uzumaki. Hikaru and Sasuke are almost graduating, as Hikaru has become extremely proficient with his sealing techniques, as he's pushed himself every day for the past 3 years to become stronger, strong enough to take his brother back and to kill him and Itachi. Him and Sasuke have both become completely driven by rage, as Hikaru knows that his brother would never have done something like that, and there has to be a reason why. He thinks that he's going to beat it out of him and get his brother to tell him the truth on why he did that and left him alone, abandoned him, just like their parents had abandoned the two of them so many years ago. He had unlocked the adamantite Uzumaki chains, along with Sasuke, who had unlocked his One-Tomo Sharingan. The two practiced training their respective Kekkei Genkai every day, with them vowing to go and avenge their Sasuke's clan, as well as for Hikaru to finally find out the truth. They would train for a very long time, when the two would eventually be ready to graduate. Both of them would pass with flying colors, as there was no need for Hikaru to steal the Scroll of Sealing. He and Sasuke would both be placed on the same team, as Hikaru's sealing jutsu as well as Sasuke's Sharingan were perfectly meant to be placed together. Due to Danzo's influence as well, as he knows that Naruto and Itachi would prefer him to be placed on the same team as they had done when they had come and visited him that previous day with the information that he had required. They'd be waiting when suddenly they would meet their team captain. A young adult woman now, with the Byakugan, would walk in, as she would introduce herself to her team. "Hey, Team 7. My name's Yuki. Yuki Hyuga." Sasuke, Sakura, as well as Naruto would be placed under the tutelage of Yuki, the third teammate from the team that Shisui had once taught all those years ago. She had now become a Jonin herself, and had also taken the liberty to train the two younger siblings of her previous teammates. She was determined to not let them fall astray, as their master Shisui had once done years ago. Alright everybody, let's head up to the roof to decide what your dreams, hopes, and aspirations are. You know the jig. Yuki would then climb up to the top of the rooftop, along with the rest of the team. Hikaru would turn around as she sees Hinata Hyuga leaving, which would be Yuki's younger sister, actually. Yuki would wave to her younger sister as Hinata blushes and waves back as she runs off. Yuki would then turn to her team and asks if they're all ready to begin. They'd all nod. Yuki would sit down and relax as she asks, starting with Sasuke, what his dreams and aspirations, or what he wants and likes are. Sasuke would say that he likes nothing, but he doesn't really have any dislikes either. However, he doesn't have any dreams, as his dream will become a reality, and this is his goal. His goal to kill Itachi, a certain someone who had caused him much grief long ago. Yuki would think of her teammates, Itachi, who smiled as he had helped them through the Chunin exams. She would then turn to Sakura, who would be staring at Sasuke with laser vision, and says that her likes, well, she'd laugh as she wiggles back and forth thinking about her and Sasuke being together. My dislikes are, she would look up and think about Kiba and the other boys in their class who were always goofing off. She then says that her goal is to become as strong as Hikaru and Sasuke someday, as the both of them are the strongest in their class. Hikaru would say nothing as he looks at Sasuke, thinking about what he had said about his goal. When it's time for Hikaru's turn, Hikaru would look up and say he has a few likes. He likes ramen and going to Ichiraku, as he always treats him nice, and he likes looking back at the old photo albums of his family before he thinks back to that night. Never mind. He has a few dislikes. He dislikes liars. He dislikes when people deceive him, especially. He thinks to his brother and what he had been lying to him for so long. And his goal, his dream, my dream is to find my brother, Naruto Uzumaki, and I want to find the truth. I want to know why he left the village. I want to know why he abandoned me. He says this as he looks up to Yuki. Yuki would sigh and says that the three of them are some typical edgy kids. Sasuke and Hikaru would hiss at this as they make reeing sounds, like almost as if they walk out of a Hot Topic or something. Anyway, Yuki would then say that their mission would be tomorrow they'd meet up at the training fields, as she has a test that they need to take before they can truly become Team 7. As the three head home, Yuki would walk down as she sees Kakashi. She would ask Kakashi what's up, as Kakashi had really asked if she wanted to take over the duty of training that team for him. She nodded and said that she had actually personally asked for this mission herself. In order to complete her specialization Jonin rank, she actually needs to teach a team of Genin first, as well as this team is very special to her in a different way. Kakashi would nod, knowing about the history between her, Naruto, and Itachi. She would then say that she'll use the bell test just like he had instructed and said it was a good idea tomorrow. As Yuki would head to the training field the next day, she would actually be the first one there, as the other three would show up, having not eaten breakfast as they had been instructed to. Yuki would then say that their mission was to take these 2 bells from her, and if they can take the 2 bells from her by midday, then they'll pass. The one who doesn't won't be able to eat lunch. Sakura, as well as Hikaru, and Sasuke would be ready for the fight. Hikaru asks Sasuke if he's ready, as Sasuke nods. A burst of chakra explodes out of Hikaru as he unleashes his adamantite chains, and they begin to rush around as they try to trap around Yuki. Yuki quickly activates her Byakugan, knowing exactly how she can get out of this, as she uses the gentle fist style and detaches each chain, causing them to fall to the ground as she splits the chakra between them. Hikaru would yell and say, "Sasuke, it's your turn," as Sasuke activates his One Tomoe Sharingan and rushes into the battle against Yuki. Yuki would dodge, block, and weave between their attacks, nimble like a fox. Sakura would come up behind with a kunai as she throws it at her. Yuki would say that 3 of them shouldn't hold back, as they should try to kill her in order to get these bells. The 3 of them would all rush after her, as Sakura would stray behind, while Hikaru and Sasuke would be trailing each other with their red and black blurs of attacks. The 2 of them, their teamwork would actually be so well in sync that Yuki would actually have to push herself a little harder using her Byakugan. She uses the gentle fist style and quickly deactivates 2 of the chakra points in each of them as they fall to the ground. She would then quickly take out Sakura as she waits for them to wake up. She would say that they need to work on teamwork, but they pass. They all cheer as they eat their lunch, with Hikaru actually looking happy as he smiles. His smile reminds her of what Naruto used to look like when he smiled. She would turn around and say that their D-rank missions would begin the next week, and that they should all be ready. The team nods as they say that they're ready for anything. Yuki smiles and says that they all did a very good job today, and that she's gonna go and pay her own respects. She leaves as she heads towards a certain gravesite. There at the waterfall, she would find the gravestone that she had made for their master, Shisui. As she sits there telling her master about her first day of her new team, and about how the 2 boys were so much like their brothers now, that it was kind of scary. She thinks that Hikaru would be much happier if he had just known what had happened to Naruto and why he'd gone down that dark path. She then thinks in her head that she'd like to know why too, and why her 2 friends had done something so horrible. She would then leave as she heads back to her own apartment, back at the Leaf Village. She would see a picture with gathering dust in it of Shisui, her, as well as Naruto and Itachi. She lays down on the bed as she goes to sleep, along with the 2 boys, Sasuke and Hikaru, who go to their respective areas and sleep as well. Team 7 will meet up the next week. Hikaru's adamantine chains would be flowing through the forest as they wrap around a cat and grab it, perfectly keeping it and picking it up. Hikaru would take the cat and bring it back to Sasuke, Yuki, and Sakura. They would give him a thumbs up as he says that he did complete the mission, as they report to the third Hokage that the mission's been completed. When Hikaru, as well as Sasuke, get into the third Hokage's office to get their next mission, Hikaru would complain to the third Hokage that he thinks the missions are too easy, and that he and Sasuke and Team 7 in general deserve a harder, more difficult mission. This is when Hiruzen would give in, saying that he's right, and that there is one mission he could assign them. The bridge builder Tazen would walk into the room, as they would agree that this would be a good mission for them to start. Hikaru would thank the third Hokage as he turns around to see this tall, drunk man walk towards the team. He would see Yuki and say that she was a beautiful girl and ask how she's going to protect him. Yuki would cross her arms over her chest, as she then looks at him and then turns back to the third Hokage, asking if they really have to deal with this drunkard. The third Hokage would sigh, telling Tazen to at least control himself. He would then say that these pipsqueaks better do a good job, as he rumbles out of the building and falls down the stairs a little. The team would laugh as they all head out. Sasuke and Hikaru would begin their regular training, preparing for the next day when they'd be leaving. "So what do you think, Sasuke?" As he throws the ball towards Sasuke at full strength, the ball would come flying towards Sasuke's hand. As Sasuke grabs the bat and slams it into the ball, causing it to go flying away at top speed, Sasuke would then turn to Hikaru and ask, "What about?" Hikaru would then say that if they think that they might run into them there. Sasuke would then grin and say that he hopes so he can kill that bastard. This is when Hikaru then sighs and asks Sasuke if he really wants to kill Itachi. Sasuke asks what does he mean, and if anyone should understand him, it would be him. Hikaru would then say, yeah, but if he remembered back then, they weren't always like that. He would tell Sasuke about what he thinks about maybe they should interrogate them first if they can find them, and that if Sasuke could use a genjutsu on them while he uses his adamantite chains, they could get the actual truth out of them to see why they would do something like that, and that they were both faithful ninja to the leaf. As well as his older brother was the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, which is now missing, which has now thrown off the power balance of the entire village. He would say this with a sigh, as he knows that the third Hokage has told him that if they can recover the Nine Tails, he would become the next Jinchuriki. Sasuke would sigh and tells Hikaru that he has no idea, and that if they kill him, they kill him, and if they capture them, they capture them. Hikaru sighs and says he could at least try to get some information out of them. The next day would come as the two boys would meet up, along with Sakura and Yuki, to head out. "Alright," Hikaru would say as he's ready for his first mission, thinking about back then as he turns around, seeing his older brother as he and Sasuke had said goodbye to their older brothers on their first mission. He turns to Sasuke as they turn to Yuki and get ready to leave. As they leave with Tazuna heading with behind them, they would eventually come across two ninja that would try to jump them. The two Chunin would jump out of the bushes as they try to take out Yuki. As they throw their kunai, it seems that Yuki's been killed when the substitution jutsu activates, her using the headhunter jutsu. Sasuke and Hikaru would dive into action as each of them take out one while Sakura protects Tazuna. They give each other a thumbs up as they then look for where she could have gone, knowing that she wasn't dead. She'd pop out from the ground saying that was no fun at all, and she was hoping to scare them. They say it wasn't that funny and that they should just keep going on with the mission already. She sighs, seeing the two of them don't have to be so uptight all the time. Hikaru laughs as he and Sasuke help pull her out of the ground. As they continue heading forward, suddenly Naruto's sensory abilities, which are heightened due to him being an Uzumaki, would sense some malice. He tells everyone to get to the ground as a sword comes flying overhead, and there standing on top of it would be the Demon of the Mist, Zabuza. If you guys liked this part for What If Naruto is from Krypton, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you thought, and subscribe to the channel for more. This has become more of a fanfiction, but I'm really liking where the story is going, actually. So Hikaru, which is Naruto's younger brother, and Sasuke are both trying to uncover the truth now about what happened those years ago when their older brothers had slaughtered the entire Uchiha clan. And now we're in the actual story of Naruto. Another big change is that the Nine Tails is now in the Akatsuki's hands early on. And we have a powerhouse of a main character, both Itachi and Naruto, who are the reincarnations of Ashura and Indra on the same side. So now that's over with the battle between the two of them. I'm excited for where the story's going. I have some pretty cool stuff going on. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you liked this video, make sure to go and check out the next video that'll be coming out. What If Naruto Had One For All, which will be going into Shippuden now. Finale of Part 1 Naruto, so that's exciting. And yeah, so we're done with the original Part 1 of Naruto Kryptonian. Now we're in like the Shippuden of Naruto Kryptonian, and we're now in Hikaru, the Part 1 of Hikaru, and then we'll get to Part 2 and stuff. So it's kind of like a 4-part series now, so this would be a much longer series than the original Naruto was. If you liked Naruto joining the Akatsuki, then cool. That's good. If you have any other ideas, make sure to comment them down below. I really like the idea of Itachi having someone with him, as I feel like Itachi suffering alone doesn't feel like, it's not good for the feels. But anyway, thanks everybody. I'll see you all later. Bye.